both of our hooks in what we call our butterfly. Right? Here, the important parts in controlling this position is that, first of all, when I'm in butterflies, unless I'm in transition with a particular technique, I don't want to have my back on the ground with my butterflies. Once my back touches the ground, it's super easy for the guy to defeat one side or the other if he concentrates on it. So I want to make sure when I'm in butterfly, I want to concentrate and be in a seated up position. Next is underhooks are better, right? And the third thing is I always want to have my head under his chin, right? No matter where he moves his head to, I'm always going to try and keep my head under his chin. And even if he gets underhooks on me, if I can keep my head under his chin, so go ahead and get under mine, right? As long as I can stay right there, he's not going to be able to do anything to me in the position. Does that make sense? So my fight on the bottom is to not let my back touch the ground, try and get underhooks just like we're standing up in a grappling, like pummeling position. And third is getting my head under his chin. Trying to think of the best way to. All right, so for the first drill right here, what I want everybody to do is we're going to go right to here, and we're going to practice getting in this position, and we're going to pull the guy back right here, and we're going to practice flattening him out. All right, so we're going to get it. We're going to practice being able to control somebody just by breaking him down to right here, and then be able to do it whatever we want with them, right? So we're all going to grab a partner right here to start with. He's going to be up right here. We'll go in, we want to get our underhooks right here, pull them forward, push the legs out, and get used to just getting in that control position right there. So grab partner back and forth, let's go. We're just going to do this for a minute, and then we'll transition to the next. Alright, so working on getting in our butterfly position, right? Three important parts: making sure our back is numb to the ground, getting our underhooks, and getting our head under his chin. Now we're kind of going into the position right there, and you can feel it's kind of tenuous because we're not locked onto anything, right? We're just kind of getting him in a position. Well, here we're going to practice a couple different ways, kind of force the issue, right? The first one is that when we're doing this, when we pummel under and we do actually get all the way under hooks, we should be able to get our fingers together with like an S grip, right? That's our longest grip right here. We just need to get our fingertips together. When that happens, all of a sudden you'll feel that on this right here too, if he's sitting back right here, it's hard to push his legs out, so I'm just going to lean back. Because as I lean back, you see it pulls his hip forward of his knee, and you'll see as soon as his hip gets anywhere forward of his knee right there, it's super easy to push out. Now you can see he's stuck right here, and he's begging to go somewhere. When this happens, I'm going to choose a side, and I'm going to let go. Or actually, you can just force it all the way over. I'm going to let go, sweep over, boom, and move myself all the way over to like a sweep position from right there. Because if you hold on and squeeze this tight enough, it's uncomfortable enough to get a submission right here. Although it is kind of a not so polite move to do on people. So usually when you're doing it, you're just trying to make them go and flip over so that you can get your sweeper move into a different position, right? So the first one was getting our underhooks and getting our S grip to force this position. Our next one I like even more because we have a gi, why not? And when I'm right here, if we start going, he's looking for underhooks. I'm reaching under and I'm grabbing 5 and 5. I call this 5-5 butterfly, right? So I'm reaching through to right here. Now you see all I have to do is lean back and pull his hips forward as soon as they're forward of whatever I want. Now I have my action. Last detail is I need to get my head underneath there, right? So coming in right here, I'm grabbing this right here. I can even push him away. What's he gonna do? Push back. I'm underneath of his chin. And I can hold him pretty easily right here. He's stuck. And then I can just choose which arm I'll move over for my sweep. So grab partner back and forth, practicing both from our body lock and from 5 and 5. So go. Sorry, as soon as I see you doing it. Alright. Yeah. So this first one we've been relying on dominant posture 100% that we got what we wanted. We got the underhooks. We have our back off the floor. We got the chin position we wanted to. that isn't necessarily always the case with a butterfly guard, right? We can use those other things in transition to something else. The best place we can be when it comes to being in the most offensive positions for us and the least amount of defensive options for him is in this position with our back off the ground, underhooks head under his chin. Well, the second one we're going to be looking for is our John Jock sweep, right? John Jock Machado. One oldest school move there is, but man, I tell you, you get good at this one right here. It's really hard to stop. You'll laugh because people will be like, "Oh no, no!" You're like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this to you." Man, no. So done from our butterfly guard. This one's going to be done from an overhook on one side. So this is, and we don't need to have our head under his chin for this either. So we're up humbling like this. He's looking for his underhooks just like we are. Bam, and we're just going to come right here and go underneath and grab onto his collar underneath right here. Across at, we want to try and get up at least the low 4 right there, right? This isn't a choke, it's just simply a control position. I'm squeezing my elbow down, I'm holding control right here, chest to chest, so if he's trying to get away, he's stuck right here. Now, you can see how my body position is. Which way am I going to go to sweep? This way? No. I know, it's very counterintuitive, but if I start going that way right here, his legs are just going to walk, and he's going to jump around, and I'm never going to get him over where I need to. It's a false thing. It feels like that's what we should do, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to go over right here, get our overhook, grabbing on, getting our position, falling back right here. Now, we're actually going to go to this side right here, and it doesn't matter if he puts his arm out or anything. We're just going to keep running in a circle all the way till we get him over to right here. And then of course we can move to our mount of side control, backward, north, south, wherever we want to. All right. We do have to kind of watch out though, because when we come through here, if I just let go, he has an underhook right there and he can grab us. So we have to make a tactical shift with our hips and everything to get side control. Get it up. So right here fighting for underhooks, he's fighting for underhooks. I'm reaching through and grabbing, holding them close to me right here. Get myself back. Like a dead fish. And tipping him all the way over.
Are you clearing his elbow with the far side arm as you take him? Because you're hemming up this side, but
yeah,
it's kind of.
He's going to post that arm right there. You have your arm out. He's not doing it. He's posting his arm. But you have your free arm on that side.
Right.
You're just going to grab his arm and pull right. Hopefully, we'll see. Right here, you feel control. Oh, stuff. Boom. We're going right here. He posts out his arm. It doesn't matter. Just driving it over. Grab partner back and forth. Let's go. Alright, so one more small addition to the end of this, right? It's the same one we were just doing where we're getting our John Jock sweep, or we're getting our overhook. One of the other details, right, is I'm using my right hand right here to really pull everything towards me, and now when I lock it up, he's super tight. I'm not just trying to reach through to right here and do this, because if I do that, the less of a clamp I have on this, the worse the control is, the more tenuous everything's going to be. So when I get to right here, I'm using this to pull down and lock everything up. Now, doing just like we did a second ago, we're going back here and I start to go and sweep over, and this guy posts up like there's no tomorrow. His leg posts out, bam, he moves himself to right here. I'm not just gonna keep kicking over. I could, if I wanted to, probably still flip him over. I could just pop myself up to right here and just keep going until he flips over. However, I don't want to get in a situation if I hang out here too long, he steps over me or something. All right, I don't want to end up there. So as soon as I feel him post out big, this is another reason I do this, because it gives me his next move. I go to right here, he posts out big. I'm moving right onto his front. From here, I can transition my anaconda, my Peruvian, or most of the time you'll find coming up to right here, his neck's going to be sitting right there for us. I'm going to reach under here in my right hand, or left hand, this left hand is grabbing on and feeding, so I can grab onto his arm down here, like a Uriah guillotine. I'm hugging on the back of his head. I'm just grabbing a backhand grip, and keeping everything squeezed tight, right? You can go to whatever front choke you would like to from there. I just prefer that because he usually comes up like a turtle with his head out of the water, right? Nail it. Try some. Now let's do it from the other side. So I'm getting right here, tightening myself up, start transitioning and post up. Posting myself right to there. Does that make sense? So I'm loosely fitting his hand where it goes as my legs go to grab. I'm locking my hands and then I'm falling back. I'm not going to grab his arm, fall back, and then try and get my hands together. They're never going to come together. I have to do this whole part and get my hands together and then fall into my choking position on my side, right? So make sure you do that. Oh, slip on in. Grab a partner back and forth, go.